Hi, we're going to talk about timpani today. The biggest difference between timpani and other drums is that we can play a melody. Or maybe... So we're dealing with pitches. There's about 3 schools of how you hold your mouth. It's actually really 4, okay? One of them is thumbs up. This is called the French style. And when you play, see how my thumbs stay on top of the mallet? And it sounds a little light and thin. And you think of French, the mallet. Okay? And then the second style is called the German style, and that's the hands over. Then the third one, the type I like, it's called American Way. Vic Firth was one of the most popular timpanists with the Boston Symphony for many, many years. He kind of played this way. And you just hold your hands naturally. You put your hands to your side and you bend them up like this in a very natural position. I've noticed that a lot of European percussionists play this way. And it really doesn't matter which way you play. The most important thing is the sound you're getting out of the drum. You want to get the best sound possible. And one more thing, most young percussionists think you got to go like this to play loud. Okay, I'm going to play loud, so be ready. See where my mallet is? I didn't lift it at all. It's the force you use. 3 different types of grips: French, German, American. Okay. You don't have to lift your snout real high to play a loud note. When we strike the drum, we use what's called an upstroke. In other words, we do not play like this. We play like this. Notice how my mallet comes up higher. The reason we do that is because you pull the sound out of the drum. You get the mallet off the head so it rings. If you play like this, sometimes you leave the mallet on too long and you get that type of sound. Now, if you want staccato, that's the way you do it for a short note. Notice how my hands are going up higher after I hit. Also, you may notice that when I play, the playing area I'm playing at is about 3 to 4 inches in from the rim of the timpani. And I have a tendency, I like to play right above the pedal, because what this does is it keeps you consistent with your distance from the center. And you notice I go to the drum with the hand that's closest to it. That makes for smooth playing. The reason you play 3 to 4 inches in is because if you play too close to the rim, listen to what happens. To get pingy sound. Now sometimes there's pieces that are written for that. Now listen to what happens when I play towards the center. Sounds like a cardboard box. So you do not want to play in the center of the drum unless it's in effect. Now you may notice on the stand here I have a bunch of different mallets, and they're used for different styles of playing. These are soft mallets, usually they play in the lower drums, or when we play, if we want to play legato, nice and smooth. Then as they go up, the second pair of mallets are usually a little bit harder. These are even harder than that. You use a harder mallet if you want articulation, if you want to hear the rhythms. And we even go harder than that. I've used these on the cadence. Depending on what you're doing, the type of mallet you use is dependent on the music. Now you may have noticed that looks like I was wiping the drums off. That's because when you play timpani, they resonate. So if I go something like this, and then this note, I've actually got 2 pitches ringing at the same time. So if I wanted to play this drum and this drum, what I would do is while I'm playing the second drum, I stop the first drum. This is called dampening techniques. And at first it seems kind of awkward, but what you do is you stop the drum you just played while you play the next one. Those are called dampening techniques. You'll see that there's a chart that you can refer to that has the range of the drums, like what pitches you could tune on this drum and what pitches you could tune on each of the drums. So you can refer to that. Now you'll notice my foot is on a pedal. This pedal is how we tune the drum. When we press the pedal down, it makes the head tighter, makes this rim pull down. When we let the pedal up, like take our heel up like that, it makes the head looser. When we play what's called a glissando, that means you play a note and you play all the notes in between. Like I'm going to go from C to C, I'm going to glissando. Or down. So I slide like that and I try to get all the notes in between. Let me show you how we do that on timpani. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glissando like I did on the xylophone. I'm going to go from G to C. So what I'll do is I'll press the pedal. I'll hit the G, I'll press the pedal, and then I'll end on the C. So it'll be like this. So you play the first note of the glissando and you play the last note of the glissando when you play. When you're tuning a drum, you always start below the note you want to tune. And then you press the pedal till you get the desired pitch you want. The lower the pitch, the slower we move our hands. The higher the pitch, the faster we move our hands. So if I'm rolling, for example, if I'm rolling on these drums, I would roll on this drum about. On this drum I'd go. Notice how I'm moving them a little bit faster? Faster. So the tighter the head, the faster you play. The looser the head, the slower you play. And that's even true on the same drum. I'm going to lower this pitch. So if I'm playing a roll in a lower range of this drum, look how slow I move my hands. But all you hear is the resonance of the drum. If I play too fast, it would sound like that. So now as the pitch gets higher, I start moving my hands more. If I was high and I wanted to go lower, I start. And you can feel when you're playing the right speed with your hands, and you can hear that the sound is a consistent sound. Another type of roll is called a forte piano roll, and that means we're going to start loud and then we're going to drop down. Now when you do this, most people will go like this. You don't have to do that. I'm going to play it for 4 counts. 1, 2, and I'm going to hit on 1, and I'm going to start to roll on 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. See how smooth that sounds? 1, 2, 3. Because the drum rings. You don't have to go. As soon as you do that, you cut the sound of the drum off. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how you play forte piano rolls. Slow when you're playing low. Fast when you're playing higher and tighter on the drum, and the forte piano hit and sneak in.